Welcome to Cogito Design. Today is the first video in a new series that we're calling The Anatomy of a Board Game. Essentially, I'll be taking a brief look into some of the most interesting board games in our collection and run you through why we love them. This is not a review per se, as I'll be looking at games we find interesting. So it's more of an overview of some really impressive game designs and what it is that makes them tick. The first game we have chosen to look at is the fabulous Inish. Inish, not Innis, is a 2016 board game designed by Christian Martinez and published by Matago Games. The inspiration for the game comes from Celtic mythology, and mechanically Martinez has stated he was trying to create a dudes on a map style game, which was more political than warmongering. This is an objective I would argue he has certainly achieved. Inish fuses a core card drafting mechanism with a healthy dollop of area control and some really striking Celtic artwork to create a thrilling thematic gaming experience. Martinez is quoted as saying, "At heart, Inish is a card game, and this is very clear when you start playing. During games of Inish, you'll be drafting a hand of action cards during an assembly phase at the start of each round. Then, in turn order, you play a card or pass in what's known as the season phase. To win the game, you need to have achieved at least one of the three distinct victory conditions. First, the land victory, if you have at least one of your clans in any 6 different territories. Second, the leadership victory, if you control territories which have a total of 6 or more enemy clans. And finally, the religious victory, if you have clans in territories with a combined total of 6 sanctuaries. By achieving one of these victory conditions, you can win the game. What's amazing is that's pretty much everything you need to know to get started playing. The vast majority of the game's rules are listed on the cards themselves, meaning that new players can get started playing amazingly quickly for a game with as much depth and complexity as Inish has. The card drafting is an interesting feature of Inish. The core of the game consists of these green action cards, which are the same every round. Players will quickly learn each of these cards and therefore get an idea not just of what they can do this round, but also of which cards their opponents possess. And this allows for some really strategic play and meaningful decision making. This doesn't, however, make the game too predictable. Mixed into these regular action cards are these yellow cards for the player who controls each of the game's territories, and the even spicier Epic Tale cards. Epic Tale cards do all sorts of wild, wonderful, and weirdly specific things. And if a player has one of these cards, then you always have a slight question mark about their current capabilities. Martinez was inspired by his love of Magic the Gathering to create a game where all the elements of the game, the different cards, the players, and the terrain tiles themselves, interact in unique and interesting ways, allowing for wonderfully creative combos. Like many great games, Inish makes really excellent use of its most interesting components, the other players around the table, as Inish is a game of negotiation, persuasion and timing. At higher player counts, it is relatively easy for the majority to thwart the plans of a leader, and so subtlety and timing are crucial in any attempt for victory. Added to this is a unique combat mechanism. Essentially, combat works as follows. A battle is potentially triggered whenever a clan moves from one territory to another using a card with this symbol. After a brief phase where players can hide clans in these citadels, which I won't get into, you can choose to attack, in which case the opponent must then either lose a card or a clan. Then it's their turn to attack you. So far, so deterministic, but there are several elements that can mix things up here. First, there are a whole host of cards, Epic Tale cards, yellow cards, action cards, which can all affect this process in unique and interesting ways. And before each and every battle maneuver, the players can simply decide to stop fighting and make peace. Why would they do this? Well, maybe they just wanted to kill one enemy to gain a powerful D token, making their path to victory even easier. Or perhaps 3 players are fighting to remove only one from a territory, and once this is done, they do not feel the need to maintain hostilities. The comboing nature of Inish with components, cards, players and victory conditions all combining and interacting in new ways makes the nature and motivations behind each new battle deliciously unique. Inish even manages to innovate on the act of a player simply deciding to pass. Passing in Inish is not done simply because your turn is over. Far from it. Passing in Inish is a dangerous push-your-luck affair where doing it at the right moment can be the key to victory, but passing too early could cost you greatly. You see, in Inish you can pass at any point during the season phase, which allows you to keep your cards whilst those around you spend theirs. This makes you a far more powerful adversary for late battles, and means that even the combined efforts of your opponents may not be able to stop your last-minute attempt to grab the throne. But if you pass, then each other player also passes. The round is immediately over. All your precious unplayed action cards are taken from you, and you must start again in a new round. So the real question is, can you take that risk? The modular nature of the island itself, made up of a series of unique territories, which often have their own rules and all have unique cards added to the vast number of epic tale cards, make Inish a hugely replayable game. Each time you set up the board, the world and story you create will be distinct and unique. In fact, games of Inish have an uncanny ability to generate an epic story each time. The cards played all have thematic artwork, and as your clans explore and migrate, wage war and build across this mysterious and alluring island, it has the feel that you and your fellow players are indeed co-creating a unique and epic tale of your own. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to show your support. And thank you as always to our patrons who help us bring you these videos. Thank you. Bye.